Hey guys, welcome back. Treasure Loft Racing Pigeons. Today I've got a loft update for you. Got a few things going on. I've made some changes to the loft and we've got babies. And then make sure you stick around all the way to the end because I've got a big announcement you guys don't want to miss. So watch till the end and see what's going on. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so this is one of the loft updates I've done. I have two aviaries, this guy. I've got a problem with Tweety birds, whatever they are, starlings, I'm not sure, not starlings, but finches, little teeny birds. They have been able to find a way through the aviaries into the loft through the door, and they just like hanging out in there. I've come out here and we've had something like, 20 or 30 of those little finches hanging out inside the loft. And of course, I'm not okay with that. So what I've done is I've taken these aviaries and placed shade cloth over them. That way, all the little gaps are filled up. I've done the same thing clear down at the other end. I've got this big aviary. Taken shade cloth and covered the entire thing. And honestly, I think the pigeons are a lot more relaxed inside. I think they feel a little more protected. They seem to be super peaceful and calm when they're hanging out here, whereas before they had their eye out for everything that was flying over, So yeah, so that's helping. I think we're still getting some Tweety birds through little spots like that, and I'm gonna board those up a little bit so that they can't get through there. So taking a look at this from the inside, I have definitely noticed that with this shade cloth over the aviary, that the birds are noticeably more calm when they're outside. It's bath time as well, so they got that today. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It doesn't look like there's much shade or cover from the inside. They're still able to get a lot of sun, but I was quite surprised, and it's kind of nice that the birds are actually a lot more calm now that that shade cloth is up. So we're going to keep that for a short time. All right, so another thing is that we have had some seriously warm weather. This is the driest and warmest weather in over 100 something years. I can't remember, but it's the end of January and we've been at 45 degrees, barely freezing at night, which is not typical for us. But because it's been warm, the inside of the loft has been getting warmer than anticipated. So I've had to remove some of the panels. You can see right there, there's a strip of wood that goes all the way down, but I've removed these sections right here so we can get some better airflow. And then down on the bottom, I've done the same thing. I've opened up extra ventilation on the bottom because we were getting problems with air circulation. So yeah, I've opened up a couple little sections here and it's definitely helping. So yeah. All right. That's it for things I've done to the loft. Let's go in and check out what's going on with the birds. We finally have babies. They've just been hatching over the last 2 days. There's an eggshell down there on the ground. It's probably hard to see. Right down there in the crack. The birds are calm and peaceful. Got sunshine going on them. And they are really enjoying being on eggs. It's so quiet and peaceful in here. Birds are very healthy. Loft floor is super dry. Let's come in and take a look at this guy. All right, this is bird number 210. As you can see, we got one bird hatched and one egg that actually is cracking and opening as we speak. You guys can see there, that bird's almost out. Hard to focus. There we go. Yeah. So this is happening with every single pair. This guy, I know, buddy. I know. We got two babies in there. They're hatched. One baby in here. So yeah, we've got babies. Let's see this guy. Two hatched babies in there. Super stoked. The health of the birds is incredible right now. I've never had health this good, and birds are looking very nice, calm, and happy. So we're going to do an update eventually about the babies and the pairs and things like that and what's going on. But yeah, that's the update for the loft. We made some changes outside, keep the Tweety birds out, and then we have the babies. Oh yeah, I forgot. One of the other announcements that I have is that I picked up two new birds that I'm going to show in the next video. And super stoked about these two birds. Make sure you don't miss the next video because we're going to go over two new additions to the loft. Very excited about these two birds. All right, let's go check the other section. Through here. Got all their supplies in here. We got, this is their different grits. Got their feed. Yeah, all their different supplies. It's kind of a mess, but it's working well. All right, this is the other side. Lots of happy, healthy birds over here. So I got my nest boxes. And inevitably, every single year, somebody wants to nest right up here. Right on the edge. Kind of sketchy. But they love it up there. Every year I have somebody try and claim that spot. Same scenario over here. We got babies in the nest boxes. These guys still waiting to hatch, but if you look, there's some cracking. It's hard to see, won't focus. Yeah, right there. They're coming. This is the Falco Cantadora and Griffin Aztec turquoise bloodline. And we got more babies. I know, buddy. Stressful. Yep, two sets of babies in there. I know. You're being a good dad. Yeah, a good dad. All right, I'll quit stressing you out. This is a bird from Flying J Loft. Band number 118. We got two babies. It's hard to tell, but that crop is plump and full. I know, Mama. This is the mama. More babies. I always love it when the birds lay their eggs and they start hatching because everything in the loft starts to quiet down and get calm and peaceful. When you're pairing the birds and before the eggs are laid, it's pretty chaotic, or it can be, in an open loft setting like this. So it's pretty nice when the birds just start to relax. Brand new little babies. Cute little things. So, interesting fact. Pigeons and doves are one of two species where the male and the female produce crop milk. You'll notice both the hen and the cock feeding the babies. The other species that does that is the flamingo. It's the only other one that does it. And then the emperor penguin is the only species in the world where just the male produces crop milk. It's kind of interesting. No other birds in the world do it except for those three. All right, we're going to give these guys back to mama so that they can stay warm. There you go, mama. It's a good mom. All right, so down here, I have a hen who gets very temperamental and does not lay when she's supposed to. But she's been hanging out in the nest for the last couple hours, and I think it's finally time for her to lay an egg. I'm going to leave her be so she can have some peace and some space to finally do that. She's been paired for about 30 days, and she is finally going to give us an egg, I hope, today. This girl is out of Jonah Milka's loft. Yeah, I'm going to give him some space so she can come back in here and lay her eggs. It's kind of hard to see through this shade cloth that I've had to put up, but that's her again. And her cock is chasing her around, trying to get her to go back in there. Which is always a really good sign because he's pushing her to go to the nest, so he knows that egg is coming soon. Or at least I hope so. Fingers crossed. There he goes. Man, that's terrible. Can't see through there at all. There she goes. Trying to encourage her to get back down in her nest. Nice. Back in there. It is that one right down there. Hopefully we get an egg today. All right, guys. So to close out this video, I wanted to share something with you. It's a little announcement, make it official. These babies are all going to be available for partnerships. So what I'm looking for is people to partner with to get these birds into race, one loft races around the country. And that way, if someone doesn't have the opportunity to breed babies, or if they just like the particular bloodlines, or, you know, if somebody wants to race some really quality birds, they're going to be available. You can reach out and contact me, leave a message down below. But it's going to be something like, you can pick any race you want and any bird you want, and you can send them. I'll ship them. You cover the expense of the ship and the race fees and perch fees. And then if there's winnings, you'll get your race fee and your perch fee back. And then whatever's remaining gets split 50-50. If there's another arrangement that you guys like or prefer than that one, let me know. If you don't know what my bloodlines are, go check out the previous videos, the interviews I did with Jeff Lamberton, James Robertson, and Paul Daniels. Hopefully I'll have a video coming of Tony Jordan from Flying J Loft. I've got some birds from him. Plus I've got a handful of birds from a different loft that I'm going to show in the next video, 2 new additions. So yeah, if there's anybody that's interested in partnering to fly birds, if you're in a different country and you want to participate in one loft race, this is a good way for you guys to do it. So comment down below and let me know what you think. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this one. Come check the next one where I show you my new birds. All right, catch you on the next one.